Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's webinar. This is 60 Ways to Grow Your List. It's really a great way to get back to business. I know that we're already well into the new year, but for many, the year got off to a somewhat of a slow start. And live, it's now March of 2016, and for those of you who are looking for those extra ways that you can grow your marketing list, you're in the right place. This is presented by the Countess Group. We're Master Certified by Constant Contact, and we're also certified by Microsoft for Office 365. And we've been recognized by Constant Contact in several different ways. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a few moments. And we're a full-service marketing consultancy. Many of you, I know, have joined us for events before. And in fact, if you have joined us at events, either on-site at a venue or at another webinar, go ahead and raise your hand. Let me know if you've come back and you're joining us again. Wow, looks like quite a few. Thank you. I'm glad that we've got your confidence and that you've taken the time to join us. We are really delighted and honored that you've taken time out of your day to join us today. We're a full-service marketing consultancy, whether you need help with strategic marketing and communications, email, social media, maybe you need help with your website, maybe it's not showing up in search engine results as well as you'd like. We can help you with search engine optimization or AdWords, pay-per-click advertising, video marketing, public relations, just about anything you need related to marketing to help you grow your organization or your nonprofit. And here's our contact information. And as I mentioned a few moments ago, before we started the recording, if you're joining us live, you'll be getting a copy of this presentation. So you don't have to write everything down, although you may find some things that will be very, very helpful to you to help you better digest the information. But here's our contact info, and you can see we have several phone numbers that you can reach us at. They're in the Orlando area and Sarasota area, Fort Worth, Texas area, but of course in today's environment there's almost no such thing as a toll call anymore, so you could use most any of those numbers to reach out to us. Also, you can see our email address and our website and the 7 different social media channels that we are most active on. There are a few there that we're active on that we don't have listed. But Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, Instagram, and I mentioned YouTube. We have a very active YouTube channel as well, where you can easily access some of our earlier webinars. As far as who is presenting the webinar, if you have not yet joined us, if you've not joined us in the past, my name is Countess. I spent 25 years or so in corporate America, working at companies such as Motorola and Marriott, and a company that's now owned by CVS called Caremark. And I'm still an equity partner in a company called Ascend Marketing, which has 40 people. And our clients at the Countess Group over the last 16 years or thereabouts have included these names like Marriott and Verizon and Tampa Airport and Alcatel-Lucent and the University of Central Florida's College of Medicine. But mostly we serve small to medium-sized businesses and nonprofits just like yours, just like mine. I know what it's like having worked at big companies and then being accustomed to having a staff of people that you're able to look to help you get the job done. But when you're at a smaller organization, oftentimes it's very, very difficult. And when you are looking for help to get things done, so often you have to look in the mirror. And that's who gets the work done. So I've been on both sides. I understand it. I get it. And once again, you're in the right place if you're looking for help growing your organization. I mentioned earlier we're Master Certified by Constant Contact, and in fact, last year we were recognized winner of the Authorized Local Expert Leadership Award that was only awarded to 4 people around the world. And I was one of them, so very proud of that. And also in the most recent year that they've offered this award, we were honored with their All-Star Award as well. I'd encourage you to connect with us on Facebook. It's facebook.com/thecountessgroup, spelled that way as you see on screen. There are about 7,000 people that are following us right now on Facebook. And if LinkedIn is your preference, you could follow us there too. LinkedIn.com/in, don't forget the in, /Ken Countess. There are about 4,000 people that are following me on LinkedIn, and then you can connect from there to our LinkedIn company page as well. So before we get really jumping into it in a big way, let me just ask you this very quick question. You'll see a poll on your screen right now, and the question is, how did you learn about this webinar? Via email or social media? Was it word of mouth? Maybe it was a combination of the above. Go ahead and just click one of those 4 buttons and hit the submit button. Yeah, okay, not too terribly surprising. It looks like about 80% of those that are joining us on the webinar today learned about this webinar through email. And as I'm sure you probably know, email is so powerful. We'll talk a bit about email marketing itself, and that you joined probably from an email that was sent to you by Constant Contact that may certainly have an impact on how many people found out about this webinar today. So of the 60 ways to grow your list, here's number 1. Really simple, isn't it? Sometimes just a paper sign-up sheet really is the best way to go, and it doesn't have to be complicated. First name, last name, email. You could just resort to capturing somebody's email address, and that's really all you need to have them join your list. Number 2, we often forget in the course of business every day that asking face-to-face is really an easy way to get somebody to offer up their email address. Sometimes you just can't have a sign-up form, or people won't always stop and fill it out, or maybe they fill it out and you can't read it. So train yourself, train your employees, and always ask prospective contacts to sign up. Another quick question for you, and that is, please tell me what kind of organization you're with, because that will help guide the rest of the conversation during this webinar. Are you B2B, business to business? Are you B2C? Or are you a nonprofit? So go ahead and select one of those 3, and we'll actually let you know what the makeup of the audience of this webinar is. Give you another 5 seconds or so. And there we go. So it looks like a pretty interesting mix. The majority are business to consumer entities, and an even split between nonprofit and business to business. So thanks for that. All right, so let's move along. One of the other things you want to do, item number 3, is, sometimes these things are pretty obvious. You don't want to overlook the obvious. You probably have a really great database of contacts. So why not take advantage of that and import that list into your Constant Contact database. Of course, it's an opt-in list. If these are clients or customers of yours that have been doing business with you, the odds are pretty good that they would welcome having you send an email to them, an announcement, a newsletter, promotion, or something of that nature. There are other webinars and seminars we do, by the way, where we talk about some of the other strategies and getting maximum impact from your email campaign. In fact, we just did one yesterday called Standout Subject Lines, and we're doing one tomorrow in the Tampa area. By the way, it's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If you're anywhere near Tampa, it'll be on the USF campus, University of South Florida campus, and that one is called The Power of the Inbox. So number 4 is ask your friends and family. So often we overlook, again, it's almost like we're overlooking the obvious. Ask your friends and family if they'd like to join your list. Here's why this is important. So many times, so frequently, we forget the fact that our family knows people we don't know. And so if they receive an email from you that they find of value, and you encourage them to forward it to their network, you'll find oftentimes you'll get new customers, new contacts, new clients just by virtue of taking advantage of their willingness to share your email. Put a fishbowl on your counter. If you're a brick and mortar location, and it looks like the dominant number of people that are attending this webinar live are retail, put a fishbowl on your counter and give your customers an incentive to drop their business cards to join your list. And it doesn't have to be anything significant in value, of course. You may choose to offer, if you're a restaurant, for example, you may say with a note on near the bowl that you'll draw one winner each month for a free entree. Could be something as simple as that. Can be something as simple as, we just want to join your list. When you're on the phone, maybe you're having a great conversation with a customer or a supporter that isn't on your list. Or maybe they are and you just simply did not recall that. Well, go ahead and keep that conversation going and ask them to join your email list. If you, again, have a brick and mortar location, maybe you can use a sidewalk sign to bring in more traffic and also encourage them to sign up for your weekly email list. I'm going to skip a couple. Here's number 9. I've skipped number 8, but it will be in the deck that you receive. And if you're using Facebook, and I imagine most of you are, add a sign-up form to your Facebook page. Constant Contact allows you to do that very, very easily. In the contacts area, there's an opportunity for you to have a little sign-up button added to your Facebook page. And by the way, if you're one of our VIPs, we'll give you some free guidance on how to make that happen if you're a do-it-yourselfer. And if you're not a do-it-yourselfer, we can do that for you. Just send us an email and say, hey, can you give me a hand adding a button to my Facebook page so I can have people join my newsletter list. Number 10, tweet it. So write a note to yourself. Tweet about my email list once a week. You will find that over time, the more people that use Twitter in your circle of influence, the faster your email list will grow. Twitter has over 400 million users now. It's a real-time live feed. Take advantage of that and tweet that you can have people join your email list and do it through Twitter. Here's another way you could do it. Look at the image here. You can update your Facebook page cover photo. We're talking about your business page now. Look over on the right-hand side in green. It says, get travel deals delivered right to your inbox. Join our email list below. And below, you'll see a button that enables somebody with a click to add their email address and join your list. Of course, you can buy a Facebook ad. One of the great things about Facebook today is that buying ads on Facebook can be relatively inexpensive. You can easily target the kind of audience you're looking for on Facebook. If you're not aware of that or not familiar with it, reach out to me and we'll describe it to you over the phone. Or if you'd like us to help you with that, again, reach out to us that way as well. Number 13, use your YouTube channel. I've mentioned a couple of times that we have a YouTube channel that enables you to watch reviews or archives of our previous events. And if you set up a YouTube channel and make that leap into online video, you can talk about your emails in a video and tell people where they should sign up. Let's skip another one here and go right to number 15. Join a LinkedIn group. Those of you who have attended our events in the past know that I'm an incredibly strong believer and advocate of LinkedIn, and particularly LinkedIn groups. This is where the people who share similar interests to you or similar expertise are now. And so if you join a LinkedIn group and encourage people to join your list via that group, you'll find your list growing very nicely. Number 16 is join a Google Plus community. Google Plus has over 700 million users right now. It's the second largest social media channel in North America. And what makes Google Plus great is that they have built communities that enable people to find information relevant to them. Share your latest email on Google Plus and ask those who are members of that community to join your list. You can host a Twitter chat, a tweet chat. Tweet chats are really a great way to boost engagement on Twitter as well. And once again, with 400 million users on Twitter, that's a great opportunity to expand your reach. We'll skip 18 and go straight to 19. Add a sign-up link to your social bios. That enables people to easily connect to you, not only on social media, but on social media it encourages them, or you can encourage them to join your mailing list as well. Number 20 is sample your content on Pinterest. Pinterest is a great way to extend your visibility. Some of the more recent data says that Pinterest has 70 million users. 80% of those are female. That's an important statistic. The other important statistic is that the average household income of a Pinterest user is about $100,000. So use Pinterest. It's a highly visual tool, and you can see some samples of pins there. One of the things that's happened in our Pinterest presence, and it's pinterest.com/Countess group, is that there's one pin in particular that's been repinned to nearly 700 boards. People get on Pinterest and they spend time, and when they find content that they like, they will not only follow you and repin your content, but it also enables you to rapidly grow your list. Be sure, this may seem obvious too, add a sign-up form to your website. This is when you're directing traffic to your site, make sure that people who visit, if they're not already on your list, have an opportunity to join your list. And when your website gets shared by visitors and encourages other visitors to come to your page, that gives them an opportunity to sign up for your list too. We're skipping 22. As I mentioned, you'll get a copy of the presentation that has all 60 of these ways to grow your list. I want to encourage you to keep your sign-up form short. Nobody likes to take time filling out field after field after field, especially if they're coming to your site for the first time. After you've engaged them and developed trust, then you can go ahead and ask them for more information. So similar to the way you signed up to join this webinar, when you got to the webinar sign up to register and actually join the webinar, we asked for a little bit more information. And the purpose of that, by the way, is to make sure that if we're doing an event in your city, that you'll get an invitation to it via email. And if you're not in a city where we regularly do live events, at least we can invite you to webinars again. So important at the outset to keep your sign-up form short. Add links to and encourage people to sign up for your list on your blog. Blogs are becoming increasingly important as a way, particularly in keyword searches, for you to show up in a search. And so if someone lands on your blog, give them an opportunity to sign up for your email list so that you can keep in touch with them on a regular basis. We'll skip a couple here and go right to number 27, which is test different calls to action. There may be many different ways that you've thought about adding people to your list, and maybe some of those ways have worked better than others. So take a look at the different ways that you've tried to add people to your list, make note of them, and then do the ones that are working well and stop doing the ones that aren't. Make sure, too, that you optimize your online listings. So many times you'll find that businesses and other organizations, nearly half, by the way, have never updated their online listings. So keep your listings up to date, no matter where people can find you, and provide a link to have them join your email list. Collect emails with an online survey. One of the great aspects of Constant Contact, and there are other services too, is that you can run an online survey. The beauty of doing it with a service that's tied directly into your email marketing subscription is that people can immediately not only give you feedback, but they can also join your email list right away. Make sure you put a sign-up link in your newsletter. I do about 120 or 140 seminars every year. And people that come to the seminars are added to our email marketing newsletter. And so you may think, well, if someone's already on my list, why would I put a sign-up link in my newsletter that they are receiving? And here's the answer. The answer is that your email may be forwarded to somebody else that's not on your list already. And so with that being the case, you want to enable that new person who's getting your email newsletter for the first time, give them an opportunity to join your list very, very easily. Another quick question for you. I'll launch this poll. Tell me how many people are in your organization. Is it just you? Is it between 2 and 5 people? 6 to about 25, maybe 26 to 100, or more than 100 people? We're about to close the poll. If you haven't voted already, it looks like there were a few that have not yet. Go ahead and do that right now, please. Okay, we've got everybody, so let's share the result. And it looks like we have a few people that we'd call solopreneur. That's the smallest group. The largest group is people that are anywhere between 2 and 25 employees, and we have quite a few larger organizations there as well. And the reason that I asked that question is it's very helpful to know the size of an organization and the makeup of the people, organizations that are attending the webinar, because it helps me address some of your unique concerns that you might not otherwise have an opportunity to learn about. So number 34 is add social share buttons to your email. And the reason is that you want people to be able to share your email, but even more importantly, these days, with social media becoming so dominant in the way we market our organizations, you want people to be able to share your newsletter on their social media channel. And you do that by adding that social share bar that's at the top of the email that you see here. That enables someone to share your email on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and that plus sign gives you access to about 60 other social media channels. Hey, let's pause here for a minute. Let me know how I'm doing. If you like the content so far, just go ahead and use that control panel and raise your hand. Good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that feedback. All right, so let's go to number 35, and that is to use the forward to a friend button. And this is a little bit different from the join my newsletter list button in this respect, that if someone receiving your newsletter has the ability, if you add the forward to a friend button, to share your newsletter with a short note to about a dozen other people that are on their list. And you'll find that if you put the forward to a friend button in a prominent place in your email, people oftentimes, not all the time, but oftentimes they will go ahead and use that. Add a way for people to sign up for your newsletter list in your email signature. Easy thing to do. Use tools like PicMonkey. PicMonkey allows you to put some text in a cover photo or in any photo. And so this is a great thing to do, for example, on your Pinterest page or Instagram and so on, so that people can join your list. And of course, you want to have a link to join your list very easily. Use text to join. With texting, just about everybody, I'm sure, on this webinar has a smartphone and they text. Well, you can now use text to join. Constant Contact has that built in. If you have a question about it, attend one of our other sessions or shoot me a note and I'd be happy to go through it with you. Our VIPs get access to that right away. Use a QR code. QR codes are really interesting. In North America, they're not very popular yet, not very common yet, but in parts of Asia, they're used all the time. QR codes are a great way for someone to very easily join your newsletter list. There are also some great apps out there that you can have people join your list using an iPad or some other brand of tablet. There are apps out there that connect directly into your Constant Contact account. There's always the old tried and true version using a brochure to have people join your list. Just have the Join My List info on your brochure, and maybe even run an ad in the paper. That's not as common as it used to be. Certainly there aren't as many people subscribing to newspapers, but that may be an opportunity for you to take advantage of a mechanism that not a lot of people are using anymore. How about on your business cards? A QR code with a call to action to join your list, something you could easily do. If you're a restaurant, add a Join Our Newsletter List button, or a link. Put the URL in your menu, and people can sign up for your newsletter list while they're waiting for their meal to be served. Maybe you're an e-commerce site, and people have come across your site somewhat by accident. This is a way for them to join your list, have it on printed on the box as well. Number 47, if they're signing up to attend one of your upcoming events within Constant Contact's event spot, you can have a box there that says, yes, I'd like to receive your newsletters. And of course, when you're holding an event, make sure that you collect email addresses from the people that are attending your event as well. Here's another overlooked way to have people join your list, and that is to be a sponsor of an event. When you are a sponsor of an event, that gives you an opportunity to promote your organization, and oftentimes that will be a way for you to get visibility differently than you might have before. When you're a sponsor of an event, you are trusted. You are a credible organization, and you'll find people are much more willing to join you when you are a sponsor. Book speaking engagements, too. If people are interested in what you have to say, there's a good chance they'll be interested in what you write in your emails, too. So let people know you have a resource that they can sign up to receive. If you're a brick-and-mortar location and you have tables or counter space, you can have table tents at the restaurant or at events. You can add a QR code and make it easy for attendees to join your list that way. We'll skip a little ways out to number 54. You can start a loyalty program. I'm going to spend a few more minutes on the loyalty program a little bit later on in this webinar, but these are great ways to reward your customers or clients or prospects and grow your email list in the process. You can also run a birthday club. Create a club to help celebrate your customers' birthdays and grow your email list at the same time. When someone redeems an offer that you put out there, maybe you're testing your luck with one of the big-name deal providers. Well, don't forget to ask new customers to join your mailing list when they redeem the offer from you. You can also offer a coupon on Facebook. Facebook makes it very easy for you to get people to join your list. One of the best things you could do, too, is offer a piece of content. So maybe this is something on your website, or maybe it's on Facebook or one of the other social media channels where they can click a button to download a free PDF. But when they click the download button, it says, where do you want us to send that PDF to? So, of course, at that point, they have to give you their email address and opt into your list. And lastly, number 60, although we're going to cover some other material shortly here, I'd encourage you to offer an incentive to your employees. And that's one of the reasons that I asked the size of the organizations that are joining us today. Offer your employees, especially the larger organizations, get them excited about growing your list too. Offer a prize to the employee who collects the most email addresses. Sounds like a fun way to get more people involved and help you grow your list. Let me backtrack a moment here. I want to go back to number 54, which was to start a loyalty program. You can very easily start something like this. I call ours our VIP program. And it's very simple in scope, very easy to set up. I encourage people who attend our events to become a VIP. Everybody likes to be a VIP. So to join our loyalty program, which has over 1,800 members, and it's free to join, and there are no membership fees, and the benefits include a free review of a newsletter each month. We also provide access, exclusive content to our VIPs. And so what does it cost? Well, it honestly doesn't cost us anything other than time. For events that we would probably do anyway, if we invite them to the people who are most engaged with us, our VIPs, they get access to some expertise that other clients and customers don't have access to. And once again, it's free. So you can set up a very similar loyalty program at very little cost to you, if even no cost to you, and get people more engaged and have them join your list and get them engaged. So how does all of this stuff work? Well, here is a sample of results from one of our VIPs. It's a B2B company here in the state of Florida. And before they started using email marketing, they're in the promotional specialties business, and their annual sales were pretty well flat at about $50,000 a year. And once again, this is before they started using email marketing. But what they were doing was they were doing other online advertising. They had print ads. They had all sorts of different things, and yet their annual sales remained flat. They came to one of these seminars a couple of years ago and decided finally in May of 2013 to start using email marketing. And they grew $250,000 in 6 months. They created a list. They grew the list. Now, 2 years after that, they're running at about $500,000 a year plus. And the only way they market their business is using email marketing. And again, that's the power of growing your list. There are lots of statistics out there. This is one that's pretty consistent. It's actually grown a little bit since last year. Email marketing has a proven return on investment of 44 to 1. And what that means to you is that for every dollar that's spent on email marketing, the average return is $44. So that's a pretty great return. For this VIP member, though, email marketing delivered an ROI of 409 to 1. And of course, your results may vary. But here's the point. If you take advantage of these ways to grow your list, and you take advantage of our VIP club, we can give you some coaching, some guidance that will enable you to grow your ROI way beyond what the average is. So I'd encourage you, if you haven't thought about it, to join our VIP list, our VIP club. And it happens very simply. If you say, yeah, I'm interested, I will send you an email, and all you need to do is respond to the email, and we can get you as part of the club. So how else can we serve you? Well, of course, there are lots of do-it-yourselfers out there. I know many who attend these webinars tend to be do-it-yourselfers, or you can have it done for you. Either way, I'd encourage you to get started today. All of the things that we do are on a month-to-month basis with no contract. As you probably know, Constant Contact has award-winning customer support too. They answer the phones 7 days a week, and there's really a no risk. Constant Contact has a money-back guarantee. If you're not already using it, they have a free website match template, and you can start out with a free 60-day trial. You simply go to trythetoolkit.com. If you're not yet using Constant Contact, trythetoolkit.com is a website that is our personalized URL that connects you to us as a Constant Contact customer, and or you can do text to trial. This way, you would text my name, Ken, to 99000. You can just pick up your smartphone and text my name to 99000 to start a free trial. And here's what it looks like. You would put 99,000 as the address and put my name down below. The system responds back that says, thanks for your interest. Sign up for your free trial here. And then it presents this page to you. So it's very simple. It just takes a few moments, and you can get your trial underway. And by the way, when you do that, you'll automatically join our VIP club. If you're already using Constant Contact, let me know if you're interested in getting more information about our VIP club. Just click yes or no. And if the answer is yes, then we'll go ahead and send you an email following the webinar with instructions on how you would join. It'll give you more details on what the club is about. And again, it's free. It gives you up to $2,000 worth of free service. And if it's no but thank you, that's totally okay too. So click one of those two choices and then hit the submit button. And I want to just close out with a few other items for you. And the first is that you can join our list easily. You get our free marketing newsletter. It comes out once a month. And if you're in a location where we're conducting a live event on site, you may get an email inviting you, a special email inviting you to that event as well. You can attend our free webinars as you did today. You can get a complete listing of all of our upcoming seminars and webinars at this URL, bit.ly/marketing-classes. I mentioned that we have several Constant Contact Academy workshops. They are day-long events. I think there are 7 in the month of March. Next week, we'll be in Tallahassee. We'll be in Tampa, Sarasota, Orlando, Kissimmee, Vero Beach, Boca Raton. If I didn't mention Sarasota, we'll be there. Altogether, I believe there are 7 of those events, and then there are webinars and other classes coming up as well. So you can go to that page, and that will show you all of the events that we have coming up. If you need more information, you can certainly reach out to us at any time. We welcome phone calls. You can send an email to us. There are 6 people in the group, by the way, so most of the time I'll handle the initial query, and then if you need some additional help, we can certainly connect you up with somebody else as well. So we have time to answer some questions. So I'll stand by and give you an opportunity to use the question box and put some questions or comments in there. I want to thank you for joining us today. If you need a speaker for an event, let's say you're a member of an association, a business, or a nonprofit, and you'd like more people to get to know who you are and what you do, or get more people to your location, you can contact us. Happy to deliver events on your behalf where you're the sponsor and you get to do a promotion for your organization, and we'll deliver a presentation for your audience. Once again, here is our contact information, and I'll leave this up here for a few moments while we stand by and wait for questions. I want to thank everybody for joining us today, and I look forward to having you attend one of our other events.